Right, so let's have a quick walk around with Tornado. This is a project I did 2017, took me 4 months to get to this stage. Just going to reposition to the start of the runway because I can't actually bear it when I have to taxi there. Right, so at the start of the runway, let's have a look at the outside of the aircraft. Quite pleased with certain things here. Let's put the brakes on. We've got all the things you'd expect. We've got the doors there that open, the lovely lights, canopy and radome that are animated. Lovely. Flight controls, obviously. We've just got swing wing, and we've got. Let's swing them forwards. We see we've got the spoilers, and that's aerodynamically accurate as well. Flaps, we've got flaps and slats. So you can see there, they do the right thing. They sort of come out and go down a bit. Speed brakes, oh no, I can't put those down on the ground. We'll do those in the air. Thrust reversers, that doesn't seem to be working either. We actually got engines going. Yeah. Maybe I need to. There we go. Thrust. I needed the throttles idle. Thrust reversers. Quite chuffed with that animation. So there you go. All the control surfaces are there, as you'd expect. Right, so 20 degrees flaps inside the cockpit. Let's zoom in a bit. Right, the throttles. They're an F15 throttle, so we move. That's an F15, whatever that is. That I redrew, but I don't think it's animated. No, it doesn't look animated, does it? Does it? Let's put the flaps in and see. No, it's definitely not animated, that. Altimeter, the altimeters, new. That's the HSI. I think it largely works. ASI I did. ASI. ADI, ASI I did. VSI, yep. Gear thing, I just need to draw that. Rad out, that I drew. I made one of those HUDs, a lovely HUD. It's not quite correct. Observant of you amongst you will probably notice it's pretty much an F15 HUD or something like that. The controls are all there, so they're all, you know, wired up. They probably don't do anything. Maybe one of them does. I don't know. No. And this is off. I don't know where that's come from. It may not be correct. That's the RHWR, doesn't do anything, just a pretty looking thing. All the engine gauges are connected, as you can see. Fuel gauge, I don't think those are connected. No, these are all connected. I don't know what they do. I could read it, some sort of hydraulic thing. What have we got here? Yeah, hydraulic. So they're animated. All those lights, they all work. Brake pressure, very pleased with that. And it would probably be that quick because it's a valve on off. That's my excuse. So I'm sticking to it. Right. So let's do. Let's do a bit of a takeoff. Get to a reasonable zoom level. I can't remember where I left the flaps. Flaps are out. Wings. Oh, we don't want thrust reverse for takeoff. That's not in the procedures. Right. So here we go. Brakes off. Flaps probably don't want to be at 50. We'll just do 20 degrees. Off we go. Actually, before we do that, one thing I would like to point out, I'm going to put the brakes on for this. Abort takeoff roll. The thrust augmentation, it's... Oh God, I'm going to say I haven't finished it. This is very much a beta in progress. Basically, it won't light the flames until you get to a certain pressure. So, if I spool up the engines, yeah, see they're now at 70–90%, so if I just go that little bit more, it still takes time, but if I do it a second time, because the pressure's already there, yeah, anyway, yeah, quite chuffed with that. Brakes off, so we can take this bird off in this remaining space. The aerodynamics I did from scratch, very little data, very interesting, and very difficult. I had to do things like looking at pictures of airfoils on eBay to work out, you know, second-hand airfoils that were for sale. It does take off nice. It's got a real good stability on it. Looking at the picture of the airfoils to try and work out what the chords were and whatnot. I mean, this is a great aircraft, but it does, flying it, does make you realise just really how far Grumman got with the F-14. I know that's not going to be popular among certain people. But this is, I mean, it's a lovely, it's a fantastic British aircraft, or I should say European aircraft, but the F-14 has got some seriously better kit on it. Aerodynamically better computers, and it's older. Well, actually not all of them, but the CADC is better, the auto wing sweep, but this is still a great aircraft, so no slagging off a Tornado, Richard. So, we're going to go through this valley. What I'll probably do is stop in a minute and do a bit of a replay, because I do like to watch it whizzing around. So we're going to get up some decent speed. I'm going to sweep the wings back about, well, I can't actually tell, about 45, because really it's only 20 degrees for takeoff normally, and it's only fully swept when you're supersonic. Again, this is manual wing sweep. They were going to have automatics wing sweep. I think certain versions of the F2 or the F3 did have it, but they didn't like it, so they turned it off. Oh dear. Oh yeah, careful about that. Probably going to crash. Can't see where I'm going. Oh, I was lucky. It's nice and responsive. Possibly too responsive. 10G. Yeah, that's not a good state of play. So let's slow down a bit. And now let's, because we're going supersonic. I won't say anything about gin and tonic, because that would make me sound like a right nutty. Right, just going to get it trimmed out. Avoid the worst of running into mountains. Right, so let's have a look. It does look good, doesn't it? I do like watching this flyby. Grave danger doing this in Switzerland because there's lots of mountains and stuff, but right, we'll jump back into the cockpit. Let's have a look. It's a pretty efficient one, so if I turn the rendering options, just turn off the frame. I normally run with a frame rate limiter. So now you can see we've got exceeding VNE. That's very naughty. Yeah, we're getting over 60 FPS. Reasonable detail. The F415's probably about 45 FPS, but then this isn't doing as much. The aerodynamics are probably as complex, more complex, but there isn't all that associated baggage of nasal, which really makes a difference on the F15 to the frame rate, and the canvas, of course. I've got the canvas HUD, but it's using a slightly more efficient, massively more efficient way of drawing it, which I think is on the later F415s, but I've only got one nasal display, canvas display. So there we go. So what, it's a Tornado. It flies quite nicely, as you'd expect. Sweep the wings forwards. You're going to try and come in for landing. There's probably no runways around here. Yeah. Hopefully you can see from it is a joy to fly. Considering this was all the aerodynamics came from OpenVSP and a lot of hard work, it flies. It's one of the best flying VSP models I've got, but then it's an airplane I know quite well. So other VSP models that I've made haven't been quite as good. The F15 was okay, but it's a very early one. But it's really nice. It feels nice. It's got all the things. Give it a bit of ruddy, so you got that yaw, then roll, comes in, bit of yaw as it comes out, tilt it over. We lose that, and it's got good pitch stability, nicely pitched damp, so I can do that and let go, and it sort of, it doesn't do the wobbling around. Holy crap! Is that we've happened upon a home base? That was superb navigation, squadron leader. I blame the I thank. No, you don't blame you. backseat chap, what they call navigator, weapon systems officer. I don't know what they call it. They used to be called navigators on the Tornado. So, we need to slow down. Good chance to show the speed brakes. Oh, there seems to be a bit of an oil leak on that one. It's actually a texture leak. We won't talk about it. Right, this is not going to end up quite as well. So what we'll do is we'll do a. I don't know if the RF boys do this, but it's what the Americans do. They like to fly over the runway. I don't know if I can do it. Fly over the runway so they know where it is. Because we could use navigation instruments, but no, we'll just fly over it, find out where it is, and then what they do is they'll do a 30-degree bank turn over here till they get to a reciprocal, which is going to be 270. I should know that. And let the speed bleed off. What speed are we at? 200. We can put the flaps out now, and we can dangle the Dunlops. Just check that all coming out nicely. Yeah. So now I'm going to retrim to there. And try not to. That's right. That's. Sorry, the Air Force regrets to inform you that you're dead. Yeah. That's not part of the landing procedure. Right, we'll just move swiftly on from that. Yes, we didn't see that. Oh, it's shockingly embarrassing. I'm going to have to leave that in now because I'm not redoing the whole thing just because I messed up the landing. So there you go, one Tornado demonstration. Did I mention these doors? I did mention these doors. So let's just do a bit of a take-off. So you see, as soon as we take off, as soon as the wheels come off the ground, can't see where I'm going. I could run into any. And probably need to do that. So then we go like this. As soon as they come off, the doors are going to shut. See? Ooh, didn't they shut? Now we can land again. Or not, as the case may be. It's not the easiest way to land from a side view. They made these landing gears strong. Right. Yeah, and brakes on. Right, that's the end of it. I hope it wasn't too tedious.